chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link, it'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
Put me in a game, Coach Smook. Put me in a game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in a game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in a game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Let's go, Bama Nation. Come on, turn up for your boy one time, y'all. Come on, give it up. Let's get it up. Let's get it popping in here tonight, man. Let's go. How y'all feeling this evening? How are we doing? How we doing in the chat? Can y'all hear your boy good? Can you hear your boy good? It's time to party. We got us a pretty solid calling show lined up. Hopefully we get enough callers tonight. You know, we got a lot of work to do tomorrow with coverage and everything, with getting ready for FSU this weekend. But definitely want to give you all a chance to call in and talk. Yeah, it's fine, Mary J. But yeah, definitely want to hear from y'all tonight. Roll Tide, loud and clear. I hear you. I see you, other J. I see you in the chat. Pit Sniper Husker. Good evening, Coach. Hey, Jordan. Roll Tide. Good to see you, Pit Sniper. Good to see you. Hopefully, we can get you on the phone lines tonight. Get everybody in. I want to hear a lot of you all's takes on this weekend's game. If you all didn't catch the segment with myself and Jackson Johnson, we were able to get Matthew on from Florida State at the Voice of College Football. We collabed our show together tonight, and he gave some quality points. And I wasn't being nice; I was just being real. You know, I told you when it's time to talk football, we're gonna talk football. And those athletes put their pants on just like our athletes do. And those coaches have built themselves a certain status and career over time, and they've been able to prove that over time, and that those things you have to bring into consideration when you're talking about having assets available with coaching staff. So a lot of experience on both sides. Going to see how it all plays out. The other Jay, good to see you. Corey P, Roll Tide, good to see you in the chat, family. Good to see everybody in the chat on YouTube, Instagram. I see y'all tapping in on Instagram. CJ, is that Curtis? Curtis keep tapping in, but he won't call in. What's up, Curtis? Why you hiding, man? You been hiding long enough, bro. Pull back up. We back. This season back. You can come back around. It's cool. You ain't got to be hiding. I'll tell Curtis stop hiding. Tell Curtis stop coming out. Tell him come out. Stop hiding. It's all good. He ain't gotta hide. We know you been dilly dallying out here in these streets. You could come back. It's all good. What's up, James Love? Good to see you tonight, man. Hopefully we can get everybody that's in the chat on the phone line tonight. It's an early Monday night. We're going to jump right into the calling segments. Tonight's topics, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and lay them out for you so you can kind of know where the conversation is headed or where we're trying to go with the conversation tonight when you get on the phone line. First topic of conversation is we're going to do who's your dark horse? Who's the player that you look for to have a breakout game? You can do one from the defense, one from the offense, and then a special teams player that we can expect to step up on both sides, whether it's Florida State, Alabama. If you're not an Alabama Florida State fan, you come in, make sure you establish your team because we want to know the dark horses. We want to know who to look for from your point of view as a fan. If you're an analyst calling in, somebody that covers the team, let us know because we're going to be watching a lot of college football. But as you know, here at the Coach Smook Network, we primarily cover Alabama. Can't call you tonight, Coach. I bounced my phone off the concrete, and I'm waiting for a new one to show up. I'm betting a lot of your Bama fans got plenty to say, though. I like to watch. Ooh, why you bouncing your phone, though? It's not a ball, man. It is not a ball, man. You got to remember that thing is not a ball. That thing is not a ball, man. You gotta get a ball to bounce, man. But yeah, appreciate you for tapping in, man, and jumping in the comments. Continue to like and share. Everybody over there on the YouTube side, if you're on Facebook, tapping in, give us some reactions on the Facebook side. We reached our goal of 25 likes on the live stream earlier, and all the other streams as people continue to pull up and see the content, whether it's live or post live. We're seeing the likes go up on all of our content. The views are going up, so continue to like and share and do what y'all doing. Russell, good to see you, man. Good to see you in the chat. Roll Tide, family. So we're here at the 10-minute mark. Let's jump into this show, man. Topics of conversation. Dark horse for either side, either your team or the opposing team. Something you want to look for as far as the player to step up and be the X factor in the game, the X factor for the game. The next thing we want to talk about coaching matchups for Alabama versus Florida State. I'm interested in the Ryan Grubb Tony White matchup. I'm interested in if you're not experienced or well versed about these philosophies that's about to clash in this game Saturday, just ask questions. Let's have conversation about it. Go off what you know, right? Alabama, we got a lot of Bama Nation in here. Florida State, y'all got y'all feelings about what y'all roster has. A lot of talent there, that you got to figure some things out there. So let's have a conversation about it. And then on the defensive side, across the ball, you got Kane Womack versus Gus Malzahn. Good to see that. That's going to be a crazy matchup to see how that shapes out early based off the execution of Tommy Castellanos and that offense. We're going to see what Gus Malzahn can muster up with what he has available on this side of the ball. We talked about some of the receivers earlier, things of that nature. See how that matches up. And then game management when it comes to Mike Norvell and Coach Kalen DeBoer. Going to see how both these coaches who, honestly, at the Power 5 level are younger in their coaching careers. I think Mike Norvell has 8 or 9 years. Kalen DeBoer had 2 years at Fresno, 2 years at Washington, and now he's in his second year at Alabama. So in his first 6 years, he's already been in his third assignment and continues to elevate status-wise as far as the type of jobs that he's starting to pull up on and be able to take. The mob, what's good, Roll Tide family? Continue to run the likes up in the chat, man. We got 22 viewers in the chat, 9 likes on the stream on YouTube. Continue to run it up. Let's get those likes up to 25. Tony White can't handle no Alabama. The Tide's going to press him, and by the third quarter, White's going to be out of ideas. We're going to see, man. I think it's going to be a pretty interesting matchup. I think if we don't come out and fire on all cylinders in the run game, we might see our offense kind of sputter a little bit, but I don't think it lasts very long. And I'm just being straight up. I think Tony White, his expertise, he's always coached, and I said this on a show earlier somewhere. He's always had disciplined defenses. Might not have the most athletic defenses or the most electrifying defenses, but he's always had disciplined defenses every stop he's been at as a defensive coordinator, as a play caller. So I'm ready to see this matchup, but I think with what we have right now as a play caller and Ryan Grubb, that is the whole difference maker for how this team produces on both sides of the ball. When I say this team, I'm talking about the University of Alabama. Hey, hopefully y'all like my new chair, man. This chair represents my journey, man. We've been beat up, but this thing comfy, boy. We've been beat up. We're gonna ride this thing out so we get to our next place in this industry. Britt, what's good, sis? Good to see you in the chat. Y'all give it up for Britt, one of our moderators, man, tapping in. Everybody tapping in, man. Everybody in the chat pulling up, man. The Dalton, I see you on TikTok. Everybody pulling up, man. Thank y'all. Y'all showed up for the live earlier. Y'all showed up for Alabama, the voice of college football. I seen y'all tapping in over there. If you haven't subscribed over there, please do so. We're growing that channel over there. The merch is available over there. And speaking of merch, I hope I'm not too late. What's up, Coach Compton? Nah, you ain't late, man. We actually about to open the phone lines here in 2 minutes. And the topics of conversation, and hopefully we got banners ready. Topics of conversation is the X factors. Alabama, FSU, if it's Texas, Ohio State, whatever game you're talking about when you call into the phone line, that's the X. I want you to talk about the X factor on both sides of the ball. All right. Secondly, we'll open up conversation. And like I said, these conversations be anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes long. All right. 5 to 10 minute long phone calls, depending on the volume. If we start getting people calling in at the 5-minute mark of your call, you'll hear me give you a cue. And then after that, you got to do what you got to do. Make your points. Let's get some more voices. Yo, if y'all haven't heard the clip with Melvin, welcome in. Roll Tide, my guy. If you haven't heard the clip with Melvin, if you haven't heard Zach's clip from the last phone call segment, you're missing out. Make sure you check out the content on the Coach Smook Network on YouTube. We got it on TikTok, and I think we will have them on Instagram tomorrow. They're scheduled to post on Instagram tomorrow. Nay, appreciate the taps on the screen on TikTok. Sis, Roll Tide. I know you ready for a kickoff this Saturday. But everybody, let's make it do what it do. Let's jump into this calling segment tonight. Again, the phone line, once it open, y'all blow that mug up. Once you hear somebody on the line, give them about 5 to 7 minutes before you try to call. We see that missed phone call. We see one, especially if you're on the phone line, you hear that thing beep, just know it's almost time for you to get on up out of there. Be courteous to all the callers behind you. If we have a good conversation going, I'll let the callers know live, when to call in. But for the most part, just understand you have about 5 to 10 minutes on the phone lines tonight. Let's get it, y'all. Y'all ready to jump into the show? I'm ready in the show. Hey, somebody said in the chat real quick. Somebody said, say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. I'm ready, boy.
You talking about Jalen Milroe and the Pips? The perfect weak side linebacker, right? Put him next to the mic.
It's not going to take us a lot of time, but I want to say that I'm excited about what.
Okay, forgive me, my brother. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just still sorry for all the other content creators now that we have this mega star back in our presence.
Let's go. Let's get into the show, man. I'm ready to talk about it. Phone line is open 334-625-1121. Again, that's 334-625-1121. Don't be scared. Call in, talk your talk. Say what you got to say. Alabama, FSU, I already told y'all my score prediction for the week. The most y'all gonna see me talk anymore as far as informative breakdown is gonna be literally when we bring on our guests. We have Kennington Lloyd Smith III coming on tomorrow. He was able to go to media availability today. Got a good feel for what's happening as far as what's happening inside the program. What's up, Sean? Welcome back in, my boy. Good to see you, man. Long time no see. I know you've been out there on that road busy. Y'all welcome in. All right. Dealing with the person. With a person. Y'all be careful. We got a phone call on the line right now, though, already. Let's get it. 256.
Call from
Russell McDaniel put me in.
to accept.
Yo, Russell. What's up, man? You in the game, bro? Talk to me. Y'all give it up for Russell. Calling in on the phone line, getting in the game with Coach Smook tonight. What's up, Russell? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Okay, awesome. Chat, can y'all hear Russell? Give him a roll tide one time, Russell.
Roll Tide, chat. How y'all doing?
All right, we got him. I think we got him, chat. Man, Russell, it's good to hear your voice, man. Welcome in on the show. Talk to me, man. What's on your mind? Alabama FSU Week 1 kickoff this weekend. We're opening the season, year 2 under Kalen DeBoer. The DeBoer era should be taking full effect. We got Ryan Grubb back this season. Had a crazy good spring. Had a crazy good signing class. Got a lot of new pieces, filling a few voids. Just so much to look forward to. Give me your thoughts going into this weekend's game, man.
Well, my main concern is containing
Tommy Castellanos. As you know, everybody struggles with a mobile quarterback, but I think we do have the players to contain him. But really, just I'm just ready to see us watch us blow. Sack him a couple of times to make him shut up, so he'll keep his mouth closed. And
Yeah, I think a lot of Bama Nation is right there with you, man, when it comes to Castellanos and all the little claims he's been making in the offseason. But just to kind of dive into topics that we have on our topics of conversation night, man, who do you see being that X factor offensively for Alabama coming into this week's game?
I'm
Uh-oh.
gonna go Isaiah Horton.
Isaiah Horton, Alabama's X factor for Russell is Isaiah Horton. And why would you say Isaiah Horton?
Well, what you've been saying, what you said, I think this morning, everybody's gonna be focused on Ryan Williams and Jeremy Bernard. Plus, I mean, you can't just guard 6'4", 215-pound, man just like that. Plus, I mean, this offense, they're going to have to watch the running backs out the backfield, the tight ends. And Ty Simpson can move now. I mean, he can run, too, if he needs to. So, I mean, they're going to have to account for everything. And, I mean, we'll just pick them off if they're like, double teaming somebody and heck, running back out of the backfield or tight end.
100%, man, 100%. And defensively, who do you think can step up and really create some impact moments for Alabama's defense against Florida State's offense?
I'm going to say I got two names for you.
Okay.
I got James Smith and Quay Russo.
James Smith and Quay Russo, the Montgomery duo, Carver Wolverines stepping up in the first big game of the season against Florida State. Russell has these guys. What kind of impact do you see these guys having? Is this like a run stopping, tackle for loss type impact or pass rushing type deal? Because I have my thoughts on how I think Gus Malzahn will try to attack this defense this season. I mean, this opening game.
Yeah. I'll say because what you said earlier, they'll probably do those running back screens and those stuff like that. So I don't know. I'll go pass rush.
Okay.
And then because James Smith has got his first two steps are very explosive. I've watched his highlights quite a few times, and that dude for like 6'3", 6'4", 300, 305 pounds, that dude can get up and
really
move
really quick out of his stance, and I'm not talking about getting high. His pad level, same with Jeremiah Beaman. That's why I think this season in particular, you're going to see a different type of effectiveness from the interior defensive line. With Tim Keenan, last season and Payne, you got your shorter, stockier builds that kind of get caught up in that, not having the length to really affect the pass past the push on the interior. Now you got guys 6'4", 6'5", 6'6" in that interior, 290 plus that can really push collapse the pocket and create pressure, create a smaller pocket. So I think we're going to see a lot better production from guys like you said, James Smith, Quay Russo, who I believe are going to be put in more situations to just get to the quarterback more so than being, multifaceted in what their play calling is for those situations. So I think it benefits. Last but not least, man, looking at the coaching matchups, where do you think we have the matchup advantage at? You think it's our defensive coordinator versus Gus Malzahn, Kane Womack versus Gus? Do you think it's Ryan Grubb versus Tony White? Or do you think it's just Kalen DeBoer's ability to manage winning programs and, create winning factors over Billy Norvell's ability to do so?
I'll have to go with Coach Kalen DeBoer, being able to win games because, I mean, let's not forget he beat Texas twice and he beat Dan Lanning twice. It's not like he's just beating these low-name coaches. No, he's beating some big name coaches, and I mean, we beat Georgia. I mean, we all saw that first half,
Right.
and if we had a more experienced defense, I mean, heck, we might have flipping just held them up to 3 points. Honestly,
I think the
but they
max
couldn't do anything.
they couldn't do anything. We probably could have held them to 9 points. I think they would have gotten in field goal position a few times. But like you said, this is a coach Norvell that played Kirby Smart, with a team full of third stringers and stuff, because he couldn't convince guys that their season was still worth proving, because they didn't make the playoffs and a 14 playoff after losing their starting quarterback. This is the same coach that had. So I think you still have some culture issues there at Florida State, and I think the game management factors, it might be some head clashing, some clashes of philosophy early on between him and him and Malzahn with offensive play calling, and then on the back end defensively, man, I don't think this 3-3-5 scheme is going to set in as smoothly as it could, because of some of the personnel that you got to work through and some of the quirks that you got to work between. But it's just not a good recipe for Mike Norvell versus Kalen DeBoer. And I think Kalen DeBoer, being on the road, this is a big matchup for him. I think he handles these games better than he does the normal you're supposed to win games. So I like that. So my guy, man, Russell calling in this your first time calling in, Russell?
This is my second time. It's been a while though, but
Okay.
This is my second time.
Okay, well, I appreciate you for calling in, man. Leave us with a soundbite so we can get you on the clip, and man, and remember, man, you got to say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
I thought I did, but you must have.
Nah, hey, I think my personal assistant, she got real antsy and cut you off. It's like a 4-second timer from the time the thing beeps. So I think we got to find a better way to allow people. What I will be able to do though is we plan on saving the numbers this season for frequent callers. So the more you call in, the more it shows up. It becomes a little bit more frequent, and I'll be able to save the name. So final thoughts, man, and then we're going to open up the phone lines for somebody else to call in here on the Coach Smook Network. Hey, y'all, get ready to call in 334-625-1121. The phone line will be open right after this phone call.
Yes, sir. I heard that a player and a coach was fighting, at FSU, or had like a little scuff up. Sounds like to me they're not on the same page with each other. So that goes back to where not every, it's a whole new scheme. I just don't. They won't have it all put together, and I'm glad we're catching them early in the season, and I mean, I think we have it more together than they do, and I think we got some sleeper wide receivers that nobody's talking about, like Rico Scott, Jalen Hale.
Right.
Everybody's focused on, 3 wide receivers, and you put in those other 2 or 3, and they're like get punched in the mouth, and they don't know how to respond.
Yeah, and, man. We talked about that this morning, man. We talked about the depth of that wide receiver room, how it's going to benefit from guys not being the focal point just because of all the quality depth there, man. So final score prediction here, Russell. Give me your score prediction for this game, man, before we get out of here.
I'm going 42-13.
42-13. Our guy Russ checking in on the Coach Smook Network, getting in the game. Can we get a roll tide from you, Russ, before we get you off the line, man?
Yes, sir. Roll tide, roll.
Yes, sir. Russell in the game. Y'all give it up for my guy, Russ. Appreciate you for calling in, Russ. You call back anytime, my boy.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a good night.
You too, man. Roll tide, man. Y'all give it up for Russ in the chat. W's Russ. Hey, that was his second phone call. I do remember Russ's phone call. I think it was right at the end of the last season. I want to say like maybe LSU game, maybe LSU week, something like that. But yeah, vibes, y'all. Appreciate y'all. 334-625-1121. Phone line is open, and we got our next caller on the line. Y'all already know what time it is. Let's get it.
Call from Zach Willie. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Yo, Zach, what's up, man? You in the game? Talk to me, man.
That's good, Coach Smook. What's up, AAA family? How are y'all doing this evening?
Man, look, man, I'm good. I think the AAA family is just as excited as the rest of everybody that's a part of this college football fan base. Not just Bama fan base, but the college football fan base. And for everybody that's watching on YouTube, continue to run the likes up, hit the thumbs up. We got Zach on the line in the game with Coach Smook. Zach, talk to me, man. You kind of left the show earlier with some fire. We were getting at it with some Georgia fan that was in here, you know. But as you know, Georgia fans, they only come out when it's like it's a lot of lights on. They don't really like to really be down for their squad and talk that talk for real. They just like to be loud when it's the right spot. It looks good to be loud sometimes in the right times, but you know, it really matter what happened in the dark. And I think in the dark, those Georgia fans are scared. But Zach, well, we talked a little bit about FSU. Let's talk about it tonight, man. X factor for me. Give me an X factor from the for Alabama's offense that's really going to show up, and that you think is going to show out.
Okay. X factor on offense. I'm going to go with. I'm going with a committee because I believe all of them as a whole will be able to produce and help us gain momentum. I'm going with the running back room. So Richard Young, Daniel Hill, Dre Washington, they will be our X factors that gets the offense started and going. And then after that, then it'll open up the passing game for the wide receivers to make plays. And do I think Ryan Williams will have a good season? Yes. Will he have the kind of season he had last year? I don't think so because he don't have to be.
Yeah.
He don't have to have that kind of season this year because last year Milroe relied on him too much and too often, and that's why they was kind of defenses were kind of able to shut down the passing game because we relied on Ryan Williams too much, and the running game aspect of it, Milroe used his legs too often, and it allowed for defenses to load the box and and force him to throw, and then he would go to Ryan Williams and they would have him covered because he'd be doubled or triple teamed because they know that Milroe's going to Ryan Williams, so it wasn't, he spread the ball around some when he was clicking, but in games where he was made to throw the ball, he went to Ryan Williams too often.
Right. And I think coming into this season with a better understanding of the offense, a quarterback that's got a little bit more knowledge, that provides the skill set in Ty Simpson and Keelan Russell. Also in Austin Mack, I think you're a lot more comfortable coming into the season. Speaking of being comfortable coming into the season, Ryan Grubb spoke on it this today during the presser, the staff presser with the defensive coordinators and the head coach. He spoke exactly on this staff having the utmost confidence in their front line, in their quarterback that's available, and the depth that they have at wide receiver position and the running back position. They're confident going into the season, which is huge compared to last year. When you're talking about coaching placement, I told y'all I want my offensive coordinator in the booth. I don't too much care about the primary defensive play caller in the booth. I expect anybody that's assisting, the defensive coordinator to be in the booth to kind of cue down, what's the eagle eye view from the booth, from the coach's box, right? I expect the assistant coordinator or your secondary assistant that's in the secondary that doesn't necessarily handle personnel groupings and things of that nature. Those are the guys that you want in the booth. Him and your offensive coordinator, I approve of it. So Ryan Grubb being put in the booth, that level of continuity and trust with the coaching staff, plus what you're getting with guys learning this system year number 2, I think we're in a good spot. Now, X factor on the defensive side, you said the running back room. I should have made you just pick one running back, but I'm gonna make you pick one guy on the defensive side. Give me one guy on the defensive side that's going to be an X factor in this matchup versus FSU.
Ooh, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Keon Keeley with his edge rushing and from that bandit position and his scheme and what his skill sets and what he's going to bring to this game. And I believe he will be that key spot to prove that this D-line will be able to compete at a consistent level and bring and take it to the next step from what we was missing last year.
100%, 100%. I'm gonna say this. As much as I want Keon Keeley to be the X factor, I think Ja Latham is going to be able to be the X factor. There'll be a slump as far as the depth that we're able to utilize across the front. And I think LT Overton provides the consistency that you're going to need at the bandit position. Is going to provide that position, that consistency you need at your defensive tackle position when you go into your cheetah package and you're going like strictly pass rush, trying to get your speed on the field that can still contain the run, right? But then at that wolf position, I think he's a steady veteran presence. So like you don't put too much pressure on a first year impact role player like not Chris Braswell. I keep putting him in that role, but Yazi Pierre, being like your third guy in the defensive end, the rotation edge rush room, like or Justin Hill, the true freshman. You get a guy like Ja that can play all those positions across the front and give you that quality depth. So I think Ja Latham kind of fits that role that you were kind of talking about there. But Keon Keeley could be a guy that can be that can see big moments because of the need for him to spell guys like LT Overton and Kelby Collins at that bandit position. So I'm excited. Jordan Renard is at that position too. So he plays most positions for the Bama defense. One thing that I will say too, Zach, you made a quality point was when you talked about the running back room by committee. I think with the bandit room, I know I made you pick one guy, but I think the bandit room will be so much quality with the type of rotation you can see there that you won't see a weak moment from that position, which will in turn make that whoever's lined up there, they're gonna be like, oh, he's a dominant guy. But I think all 3-4 of those guys are dominant in certain phases and aspects: bull rush, finesse rush, in the line of scrimmage, run containment, gap blitzing, gap containment, 2-gap containment from that spot. Like I think you have four personnel that specialize in each one of those qualities that when you rotate and you want to give a certain look because you have a beat on what the opposing offense is calling and what their play calling style is, you set yourself up for success with this type of defense. So what else? We said offense, defense, and then in the coaching aspect, where's the advantage? Is it Alabama's D coordinator versus Auburn's offensive coordinator? Is it Alabama's offensive coordinator versus Florida State's defensive coordinator? Is it Kalen DeBoer versus versus Mike Norvell? Where do you see the advantage at when you talk about the coaching staff, Zach?
And right now, I see it from a Kane Womnick has the advantage over Gus because they have competed against each other at the high school level. At college, they was coordinators on the same team, so they went up against each other every day in practice at Arkansas. So with us bringing Kane Womnick over here and him being familiar with how Gus wants to run the offense, it brings our defense at an advantage. And I mean, and talent wise, on paper, Alabama has the advantage talent wise as well on the defensive side of the ball from a talent perspective anyway. But they could struggle, because it is on the road against a mobile quarterback, which we struggle against. So I can see it from both angles, but if I have to pick and choose from a standpoint, I'm going to go with Kane Womnett over Gus.
All right, and we have a comment in the chat. I appreciate your feedback. Zach, final thoughts, final score for this game, and then we're going to open the phone lines back up, and I'm gonna give a little digest.
Okay. Final thoughts. Alabama is going to come in offensive wise and outperform against Florida State's defense. It might be close early, but second quarter on, we're going to pull away. Final score prediction: Alabama 49, Florida State 17.
Okay. All right. Now I like where your head is. Boom, boom. Okay. All right, Zach. Appreciate the call, and I was just making sure I had your notes down. I'm trying to get the timestamp so we can clip this and make sure it's one of the clips that we post, man. Good call, great call. And roll tide to you, Zach. I see. Look, we'll have you back on the line Friday for the kickoff show.
All right. Yep. And tune back in Friday. Y'all, that's when y'all get to hear me sing for the ones that want to hear me sing this season.
Yep. Y'all already know. Pre-game hype songs and everything. We got it every Friday night for y'all. If y'all don't want to miss, y'all better tune in, man. Zach, roll tide, my guy, and I'll catch up with you on the next one, man.
Roll tide, Coach.
For sure, man. Y'all give it up for my guy, Zach, man. Stop playing with him. That boy is not playing. He ready this season. He said I ain't catching him off guard at all this season. So that's going to be some fun, man. Going to be some fun. Hey, y'all, appreciate y'all for tapping in. 334-625-1121. That's the phone line, the phone number to call in and talk your talk. Give your talk, your thoughts on this weekend's matchup, Alabama versus FSU. Now, I want to talk about something. When I talk about these matchups between the coaches until we get another phone call on the line, I think the advantage, and I saw the comment by Robert, which I don't know if he's serious or he's trolling. Pretty solid troll move. Now, let's look at Gus Malzahn's record as a head coach, as a game manager, even as an offensive coordinator. Gus Malzahn has never went to a program, right, and turned the offense around, right? He's never went to a program and where there's been a down year and he's made the offense the number one offense. UCF struggled all years while he was the head coach there. And we got 321 in the chat. Hold on, let's see who it is on the phone line.
Call from
Hey, Bernie.
Right, and turn the offense. Yo, what's up, man? You're in the game with Coach Smook. Who's calling?
This is Tay Bernie from Florida.
What's up, man? Good to hear you, man. Good to hear you on the line. Let me turn this music off so I can hear you good, man. How you feeling today, brother?
Yeah, great. You got football this week.
Hey, you already know, man. Y'all give it up and say your name one more time so we can get it up on the screen.
Tay Bernie from Florida.
K. Bernie.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, turn the stream down in the background so we don't get the echo, man. Give us your thoughts on this weekend's game, man. Who you pulling for? Who's your team? And how you see this thing going?
I like Alabama big, probably about 28 points.
Okay, 28. Give me before we get your final score prediction. X factor on the offensive side. Who steps out and pops out for Alabama for you and makes an impact?
I think it might be Germ because Ryan gonna get all the looks, and probably Horton because he big, but I think Germ gonna go out there and be the X factor.
Okay, Jerm out of the wide receiver room. Out of the wide receiver room, I see a lot of Bama fans thinking this wide receiver room is going to be the difference maker in this game. I'm one to think different. I think the running back set the tone for the season, and that's what opens up the passing game. But yeah, man, I like Jerm to be the guy to kind of show up. Him or Isaiah Horton. I like that pick. On the defensive side, what you got for me, man?
I say Dijon Lee. Dijon Lee ain't getting he getting a little bit of buzz now, but the whole camp they said he been doing what he was supposed to do, and he is a starter on the defense.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And when people say starter, they look at well, he's not the first guy on the roster. Well, if I call dime package out, we need to send dime package out for first play because they're in a 5-wide set. Dijon Lee is on the field in that first dime look. I just want y'all to know that. So it's not about position on the depth chart. Is who's the first guy out when we call this set or when we call this scheme or call this play. That's what I like to see. And Dijon Lee, the staff even spoke on having to play young players again. The success they found in it last year, especially on the defensive side. You look at this year, you see how the experience is turned over, and you got even more young guys in impactful roles. Redshirt freshman here, a true freshman here. Redshirt freshman here, another freshman here in this rotation, the second guy off the bench. So I love where we at right now. Dijon Lee, solid pick. I think Florida State, they probably won't give us enough sets with those personnel groupings to put him out there in that dime situation or in that nickel corner spot. But I think, by in the third quarter, we'll see a lot of those second guys, those rotational guys playing a lot of snaps towards the end of this game against Florida State. Now, matchup wise, coaching staff, where's the advantage for Alabama? Is it Womack over Malzahn? Is it Grubb over Tony White? Is it Kalen DeBoer over Norville? Talk to me, man.
I think it'll be Coach Grubb over Tom White or Coach White because I don't think that even if their scheme is sound, I don't think they got enough talent and athletes out there on the field for what our offense got.
I like that. Only one because I think there's still some athletes on that Florida State roster. Like when you look up and down that roster, I keep saying this. You look up and down the roster, it is some quality, talented guys that when they were elsewhere, you look at them developing in that scheme and that system, you're like, okay, I can see what they could be. But then they portal out and they get to a spot like Florida State where you have a new offensive scheme, a new defensive scheme, new coordinators on both sides, new language being spoken. I don't think it comes together week one for a team like Florida State with the cultural problems that they have. Norvell is not the kind of guy he's not the guy that manages, games. Even that season in 2020, I want to say it was 2023 when Florida State, or 2022 when Florida State should have been in the playoffs. All of this other stuff went down.
Nah, that was 23.
23
in the playoffs. And we got in over them. Yeah,
okay, yeah. So I look at the situation. I'm like, man, you have you learned from that? And I don't think so because look at what happened the last 2 years. Last season, you come back to that. So rolling into this season, I just don't think it comes together. This portal area is dangerous, and a lot of coaches can't handle it, especially when you don't necessarily have control of your program. The players are showcasing it, and it's not a good look going into week one. But I think this is a good learning experience for Florida State. And at some point in the season, if they can stay healthy, they might surprise a few ACC teams in the conference and sneak out and win 7 games and be bowl eligible. Yeah. But final score prediction. Give it to me, bro.
I say Bama 34-14.
Bama 34, Florida State 14?
Yeah.
I like it, man. Anything else you got to say on this game or anything in regards to Bama football, college football going into this weekend? And say your name again and put me in the game, coach, before we get out of here, bro. I got to get that on the clip because you had a solid phone call, my guy. Appreciate you for calling in. Y'all give it up.
Yes, sir. Tay Burney, Roll Tide. Put me in, coach.
Yes, sir. You said Tay Bernie, right? Tay.
Yeah.
Tay Bernie. See, I told y'all. Look, nobody heard you say it at the beginning of the call. We had it. We had K up here. Look, that's my fault. I'm gonna take that one. I'm the head coach here, and when I call the play, we running plays. If it's not executed correctly, it's my fault. That means I'm just playing. Nah, we got Tay. We got Tay on the line. Appreciate you, man. That's gonna be a fire clip. Great blooper scene
All right.
for the network. Appreciate you for calling in, man. And Roll Tide, brother.
All right, Roll Tide.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all give it up for Tay in the chat, man. Phone lines open still, 334-625-1121. Again, that's 334-625-1121. Talk to me. Give me your thoughts. Let me know what you got to say about this Alabama game. But I want to address Robert's comments. Robert seems to feel like this game is going to be close. I want to know, Robert, you feel like this game is going to be close. I want to know what indicators or what factors make you feel like this is going to be a close game. You got a quarterback in Thomas Castellanos who lost his job at Boston College under Bill O'Brien, right? The offensive scheme over at that pro style, he couldn't pick it up enough to be efficient in the passing game. You know, you have to be an efficient passer. Jalen Miro was efficient enough in a Bill O'Brien style offense to win how many games that season? 10 as a starter at Bama, right? Jalen Miro was efficient enough to run the Bill O'Brien style offense, right? If I'm not mistaken, Jalen Miro was able to run that Bill O'Brien style. They was able to go to the playoffs. Jalen Miro kept that season alive in that Arkansas game. I mean, that Texas, was it Arkansas or Texas A&M? I think it was A&M where he actually started, but he finished the Arkansas game, right? And then variations of that system was carried over to Tommy Rees as the offensive coordinator, and he was able to run that thing. And Castellanos goes and gets into that same system and just craps the bed. I don't think his passing ability is going to be good enough to really put pressure on Alabama's defense. And when you have those type of situations, guys like Kane Womack with their play calling, they're relentless in sending the pressure. When you got 14, 15 guys that you can rotate across your front to just keep pressure on the quarterback, there's no stopping it. You have to beat them at least twice in a game to make them pull off of it. And Kane Womack has shown that he's not going to pull off of his sending pressure very much. I'm just saying, man. I didn't like Bill O'Brien as an OC either. I don't want him ever coming back around Bama. And to be honest, man, you look at the numbers, he wasn't far from what we was doing. Robert said Tommy is a fit for Gus' offense. You know what made Gus successful when he had what's the kid's name at UCF? Because he had a nice intermediate throwing game. He could throw the ball on the move. Thomas Castellanos is not accurate on the move. Tommy, I keep calling him man Thomas. Tommy is not accurate on the move. His throwing mechanics are inconsistent. He's not going to stand in the pocket and deliver the ball consistently. I think FSU's offensive line has too many questions with the depth of rotation they're going to see in front of them as far as pass rushes and stunts sent their way. There's no way that they're going to stay fresh in that week one game. And if Kane Womack comes out and calls a mediocre, not a mediocre, let's say a semi-aggressive game, I think that gives Florida State an opportunity to showcase some things, but they won't last. The more aggressive Kane Womack is coming into this game, the better for Alabama. And then defensively, Tony White, I think, is just going to be 2 steps, 3 steps behind when it comes to Ryan Grubb and his play calling. Ryan Grubb in the booth, oh my God. Yeah, Dylan, 100%. You'll call my show after the game? Please do. I want to hear it. It's gonna be a late night show too, so no excuses. We probably gonna be live about 9:35, 9:45, and I want to hear it. Robert, are you a FSU fan? And are you pulling? If you're calling for a FSU a close game or whatever the call is, what do you call it? Give me a score prediction. Somebody screenshot that. Oh yeah, Keith is the thing is. He's a young Kyler Murray. He's a Texas A&M version of Kyler Murray. He's the A&M version of Kyler Murray. Yeah, bless his heart, Britt. He's struggling out here. He's struggling. Six-way, what's good, man? Phone line open, my guy. Phone line open over there on TikTok. Instagram, phone line open. Lady Tam, I see you. Roll Tide Jimmy, I see you. B-Dot, I see you over there. Roll Tide in the chat. Yes, sir. 2821 knows or nothing ill. I can't wait to hear your phone call. Why you won't call in now? Make sure y'all get that screenshot. Robert said they going. He's going 2821 Florida State. Hey, so what happens is today. Well, what happened was today, running some practice reps, trying to get my controlling down on the game, right? And Florida State on Heisman, I beat them. And y'all know I'm not that good at the game. I'm not good at the game at all. At least when you play the CPU, though, they play a little bit more honest than having random coverages or weird coverages, robber type looks out there, you know. But we played it realistically. Ran a lot of trip sets, a lot of offset formations with the tight end, pre-snap motions, trying to get as close to realistic looking as possible before we do the game Friday night. No, Thursday night. Thursday night we'll be doing the game. Thursday night. Live game simulation. But and we beat them boys 63 to 18. And y'all know my defense sucks on the game, so it is either I'm getting better or something is in the pudding. Every game has been like a three-score win, and they start off strong. Can't stop in the first drive. Keith, that's what they got to remember, man. And we got to remind them. We're going to keep reminding them here at the Coach Smook Network. We still Bama, man. We still Bama. And I like phone call segments like this where we get 2 or 3 calls and they're straight to the point. They get some points out there. We get some clips. But I'm telling y'all, man, this Friday, you do not want to miss the Friday night segment, the Friday night call-in show. I'm telling y'all right now, we got people calling in from every which way. Tomorrow, 8:30, tomorrow, 8 o'clock a.m., we got the Coach Smook morning show. Mary J, we closing the phone lines. We about to close out here. We got 5 minutes. Like I said, I want these night shows to be an hour during the week. We don't want to go longer than an hour. But like I said, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., we'll be live with a Coach Smook morning show. Topic of discussion. We'll just break down our team, man. We'll continue to break it down. We're going to have a guest appearance by none other than Mr. Kennington Lloyd Smith III, reporter and journalist for the team reporter and media coverage for Alabama, University of Alabama. If you watched the Ryan Grubb interview today, he was the one that asked about what was Kenny's question? It was like the second or third question. I forget what the question was, Lee, but make sure he call in. Oh yeah, he better call in too. He better call in, Robert. You better call in. We got you. We got a screenshot. But Kenny will be on tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. and he'll be joining us. We'll be live at 8 o'clock a.m. and 8:30 he'll be joining us for some good football talk. If y'all were with us last season, he stopped through 3 or 4 times during last season. We had some great conversations and had some fun. So I appreciate each and every one of you for tapping in. Again, if you want to become a member of the Triple A family, if you want to become a member of this YouTube channel, the link is provided here on the main page. Also, we have our merch. We've launched our merch here on the Coach Smook Network, the Scoot Boogie. The Scoot Boogie logo and branding is out now. And then you also got Put Me in the Game, Coach. You got the Ready to Play, and you got the We Beg for Likes hoodies and T-shirts. We got all of that available. Go to the link, man. Stop making me try to remember all this stuff. Go to the link and get y'all some merch. We got cups, we got stickers, we got socks, we got caps, we got all that. We're trying to find visors still, man. Y'all gotta help your boy find the coaching visors so we can get our logos on it, the Coach Smook Network AAA logos on them. But with that being said, again, thank y'all for hanging out with y'all boy tonight. Thank you. Shout out to all our sponsors, man. We appreciate each and every one of you. Your name is rolling across the bottom of the screen and here in about 5, 4, 3, 2. It almost happened. Look, boom. See, we getting this thing, man. We getting this thing. Our squad is really working. Britt, Mary J, shout out to y'all for stepping in, giving me some support back there in the studio. I could tell when I got the studio when I ain't gotta work the studio, these hands, like I'm like Ricky Bobby on Talladega Nights. I don't know what to do with my hands sometimes, right? I don't know what to do with my hands sometimes. Sometimes they get to going everywhere. I get to playing with my hair. I get to looking at different cameras I'm not supposed to be looking at. I just go because my hands is free. So I appreciate y'all for y'all support. Each and every AAA member, every subscriber, every follower on each platform. Make sure y'all come and subscribe to the YouTube channel that's on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, Twitter. Make sure y'all come and subscribe to the YouTube channel at Coach Smook. And with that being said, I'm gonna leave y'all with this Roll Tide. And remember, when you see me, holler at me and say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be blessed.
Better go subscribe. You do roll with the tide. I'm down in the gun with Coach Smook. Through the game, roll tide, roll tide. Better go subscribe. TikTok.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.